But subsequently, what has become very clear to me is that the campaign is a lot of smoke and no fire. I mean, how credible is it, Jeff, that Mr. Kenyatta could sit there and suspend or ask for the suspension of various high officials, including cabinet secretaries, and yet his numero dos, his number two, Mr. William Ruto, is mired in scandal and corruption.
But nothing's been proved, Prof. Nothing's been proved. I mean, people say all kinds of things.
But look, Jeff, similarly, nothing has been proven against the people who have been suspended. The four cabinet secretaries, or the five, the 4 or 5 and other senior officials. In the case of Mr. Ruto himself has admitted in a public forum, I think on a TV program, that he owns a hotel which sits on land that was illegally acquired by him or by someone else. If that is not enough admission, enough of an admission to cause Mr. Kenyatta to distance himself from Mr. Ruto, then I don't know what is. You cannot credibly govern a country when you lack ethics, when you have no integrity, when you are being accused right, left, and center of land grabbing. I mean, there was a case, as you know very well, in Western Kenya of a particular piece of land, I think that belonged to a Mr. Muteshi, in which, by the way, Mr. Ruto was found to have illegally occupied. And I think the court ruled in favor of Mr. Muteshi. So there is, in fact, evidence that he grabbed someone's land in the past.
Okay.
You know, so the point I'm trying to make is that Mr. Kenyatta cannot claim to credibly fight corruption if his number two, his number two is himself mired in corruption.
Okay, but to come back to that television interview that he gave,
yes.
he said he owns part of the hotel that you're talking about. He owns part. He didn't say he's the owner. He has interests in it.
Well, you know, Jeff, you cannot be half pregnant. You're either pregnant or you are not. You know, on matters of corruption, you are either sitting on land or owning a piece of property on land that was illegally acquired, or you are not. Okay, we're not talking about percentages. The fact of this particular hotel, and Mr. Ruto, by the way, if he wants to show us that he owns a very small part of the hotel, let him produce the documentation about how many shares he owns. Let him come forward. But as a leader who every day talks about corruption, he's prancing, all around this country, going from rally to rally, from funeral to event to public event, saying that Jubilee is going to fight corruption. Is he going to fight himself?
I want to take a break, Prof, and talk, when we come back, I want to talk about why you hate these people so much. You hate the man, and when you look on the other side, if you look across the aisle, is CORD any better?
The word hatred is unknown to me. I differ with them.
You dislike?
I call them out.
Okay, just for the record.
I critique them. I don't hate them.
Okay, just for the record, just say
yes.
President Kenyatta, just say it for me. Just for my ear. Just
put down $20,000. Put down $20,000 here.
And you'll say.
And I'll utter the word.
What word?
In brackets.
What word?